The disturbing thought of the present died down by the presence of something dark. Jungkook looks at the door and finds the man standing on the door. Sigh after sigh left from his mouth as none of them talk, just stare at each other. The nanny left holding Taekook in her embrace. Taehyung didn't stop her, that was a sign he wanted a private moment with his beloved possession. As the nanny left, Taehyung stepped inside the study room, pulled Jungkook effortlessly and made him sit on his lap. His breath plays against the warm skin of Jungkook's cheeks. "Doll, would you love to go somewhere?" he asked, undenyingly soft voice that made Jungkook shiver. This softness, to be honest, he missed it more than anything. "I have a surprise for you." Taehyung's voice is low. Somehow it seems sensual. Jungkook bites his cheeks and feels the taste of blood. Taehyung can guess what is actually happening with the younger. He pulled the boy in his arms and kissed him tenderly. Tilde, where are we going?" Sensing the hesitation, Taehyung caressed his cheeks and later pecked them tenderly. "I am not doubting. I know. You are just hesitant for Taekook. Don't worry, everyone will take good care of him. Nothing will happen to our son when he is under my protection." Taehyung's reassurance brought tears to Jungkook's eyes. Jungkook was scared for a very long time. Every time he brushed them away. But when he saw his son's face, he couldn't think of anything other than his safety. Also Taehyung's well-being. "Doll, you don't have to worry about anything. I will make sure you have the best thing in this world. And worry isn't included in this." Jungkook's lips quiver as a sob left from his mouth. Taehyung cups his face gently and pecks his lips tenderly. Jungkook always feels every touch of Taehyung's. "I am not thinking about Jiguki but you." Jungkook's voice lashes with worry. Taehyung's heart bleeds when he hears the suffocating voice of the younger one. "Mr. Kim will do something with you also. You will forget me. You will throw me away." His tears fall freely. Taehyung wiped them away, patting his head tenderly while caressing his waist. Jungkook knows Taehyung is angry. He always caresses Jungkook's waist just to calm his mind. "You don't have to be afraid of Kim Daehyung, doll. That chapter will be handled by me. I know the restlessness inside you, but trust me, doll, there won't be any hardship because of him." Taehyung's voice filled with sincerity. He said each one, showing how much his heart was getting bruised by Jungkook's words. His thumbs caressing Jungkook's skin. Anger was visible in his eyes, yet he didn't lash out. At least not in front of his doll. "Get ready by evening. I have a meeting." Jungkook said nothing but nodded his head. Taehyung pecked his lips and left from there, leaving an assured and flustered bunny on the chair. He remembers the moment Taehyung took him out for the first time. How nervous and happy he was at that time. Flashbacks. "Marina, I want him to be the dazzling glamour anyone has ever seen. His face is already a unique beauty. Just enhance it with your magic," the mafia said to the middle-aged woman who smiled at him. "Sure, Taehyung, in my life I have seen two unique beauties. One is my bestie, aka your mom, and the second one is your date. Don't lose him." The older woman Marlon, whom Taehyung called Marina out of childhood's habit, teases him. She delivered a wink at Taehyung's direction, who just shook his head. "Perfect. I never saw a man this beautiful. But as I said, I surely see a woman this beautiful. He is mine, Marina. Stop flirting with him," Taehyung declared his authority with a stern voice. Although Taehyung shared a deep bond with Marina, he didn't like her way of compliments. Something burned inside his chest. The fire intensified with Jungkook's reaction. Possessiveness was craved inside his entire mind. And Jungkook blushed furiously hearing the word mine. Gosh, it seems so beautiful to hear. His heart swelled with happiness, also something he quite didn't catch. He stood up after Marlon finished with his hair. The white dress on him looked breathtaking. The dress is floor-length with a straight, flowing cut, layered with a sheer outer robe. The moon-shaped pendant adorns his neck along with one moon earring. A thick silver chain placed in his petite waist. On the other hand, Taehyung is looking utterly handsome in all black. The oversized blazer with broad, structured shoulders and a long hemline enhance his handsomeness. All done. Wow, looking like a beautiful couple. Black and white always looks outstanding. I must say, the most beautiful couple I have ever got ready. Marlon said and smiles, looking at the pair standing in front of her. Taehyung wrapped his arms around Jungkook's waist and pulled him closer. Enough closer to listen to Jungkook's heartbeat. They both walked out from the salon. The gala looked stunning, but it's somehow giving the dark vibes. Black theme decorations, not a hint of flowers, but displaying House of Cards as decorated pieces. Jungkook barely likes this environment here. His soul suffers from negativity this place carries. Taehyung didn't leave his side. Eventually glued with him, Jungkook can feel eyes on him. Some were curious, some were jealous, while some were lusty. By the midway he found everything despicable. He doesn't like this party. Nor the sick atmosphere. When will we go back from here? Jungkook's voice is muffled. He barely whispers those words, but as a person whose entire attention on Jungkook, Taehyung hears it all. Just a bit, doll. Wait a bit, we will surely go back. Taehyung assures him, eyeing a man who is looking at Jungkook. Finding a new prey seems always intriguing. And for a bloodthirsty person like Taehyung it's nothing but peace. He smirked looking at the man. But the smirk didn't last long due to an unpleasant presence. What do you want, Choi? Taehyung asked with a serious voice. Jungkook heard his way of talking, he knows Taehyung's voice. But this seems utterly cold. As same as the icy abyss. Jungkook takes a glance at Taehyung, feeling the rub in his waist. He couldn't understand why Taehyung followed the same pattern while caressing the exact spot. Wow, who is this pretty face, pretty figure? Is this Kim's new toy? The said man talked with a smile which didn't last long. A loud gunshot sound takes everyone's attention. Taehyung pointing his gun at the man who is lying on the floor lifeless. Blood is oozing out from his forehead. Jungkook takes a glance at Taehyung, whose entire face is red due to anger. Forehead and neck veins bulging. Eyes turned demonic. Almost something which rarely symbolizes sanity. Taehyung is looking like a wounded tiger. So fierce to destroy everything yet so protective to hide someone in a shield. Jungkook couldn't help but get scared of the look. His heart-aching body shivering until he heard Taehyung. If anyone ever speaks Jungkook's name without reverence, I'll make sure your bones are remembered before your legacy. Disrespecting him means losing your life. If anyone wishes to unalive themselves, then put your damn feet in front of me. His voice is more huskier than before. The more the second trickles down, the more spine-chilling Taehyung's voice becomes. He glanced at the shivering figure in his arms and picked him. Jungkook is scared. He is scared of blood, and right in front of him a dead body is laying down. He is the reason the man died. He is in a daze. Something he rarely can move. Away. The scenes were colliding with each other. Fire, blood, ambulance, gunfire make him dizzy. He snuggles more in the mafia's bored chest, occasionally leaving some shaky sobs. Taehyung couldn't help but tighten his grip. Hush, Tilda, little doll. Don't cry. He starts walking away with long strides. His mind is saying to run away from this scene. His doll needs to go away from this place. For the first time he is feeling to run away from somewhere. For the first time he is regretting his decision to shoot someone right at the place. He should have taken a few hours. His heart screaming loudly why the hell he came with this ethereal man in this hell. For the first time his entire soul burning due to worry for someone who is just his caregiver. The ride was quiet. Taehyung endured it, but not the room. The silence between them is working as a killing machine. He feels his entire body aching watching the smiling boy all emotionless. With a throbbing heart he walked towards the boy kneeling in front of him. He doesn't even know this is the first time he is kneeling in front of someone. But he knows one thing. Jungkook had some trauma. He wants to erase that trauma as soon as possible. Are you scared of a dead body? Or blood? Jungkook looked at him and sobbed. Taehyung couldn't help but embrace the trembling figure. His own voice filled with worry. Somehow he is overwhelmed with everything. He never felt this much overwhelmed till now. In his whole life he trained himself to never feel emotions. Yet he is feeling so many emotions at the same time. Pain, agony, ache, discomfort, exertion. All emotions were making his mind a mess and heart vulnerable. My mother died on my lap. My whole body was printed red by her blood. Jungkook whispers with gut-wrenching hiccups. It was not that impactful, but the sound tore apart Taehyung's entire heart. He was barely holding his sanity. But for now Jungkook is the one who matters the most. He has to control the storm inside his heart. I shouldn't have done something irrelevant which increased your trauma. Taehyung's voice holds such sincerity that Jungkook can't help but nod. Change your clothes. I will be there while you are asleep. Before Taehyung can say something, Jungkook holds hands, gripping them tightly. I am scared, Jungkook said in a trembling voice. Those 3 words broke something inside Taehyung. He stood without hesitation and sat beside him. Pulled the little caregiver gently into his chest. Jungkook's face pressed against his collarbone. His fists clutched Taehyung's shirt. Tears soaked his shirt. He is feeling terrible, and the moment of weakness he made a vow, louder than any gunshot. He would destroy anything that ever tried to hurt Jungkook again. The pure boy deserves happiness only. Only happiness should be beneath his feet. Sleep, doll, he said, pulling Jungkook closed. Jungkook was sitting on the mafia's lap, face buried on his neck, while the heartless mafia was caressing his hair with one hand. Another hand placed on his waist. tight enough to protect him against the world. The night passed. Eventually 2 months also. Things are the same. No, everything took drastic change inside the Kim household. Jungkook is way comfortable around Taehyung. And Taehyung found solace only with Jungkook. Jungkook threw tantrums sometimes, ignored the mafia whenever he is late, rolled his eyes whenever the mafia handed him some healthy food, refused to eat dinner if Taehyung was a little bit late, slammed doors whenever he feels anger on the mafia. But Taehyung never yelled. Instead he enjoys everything. He enjoys how the little bunny-looking human pouts at every little thing. How he sulks, and looks breathtaking. Everything about the younger mesmerizing the mafia. Even if it's just breathing then too. About Jungkook, he is reliable. He completed his graduation with Taehyung's support. He found peace in this mafia's embrace. His fear of beginning days died down. Now he looked at the mafia's eyes and found every unspoken word. He knows Taehyung's comfort and discomfort just by looking at his eyes. In Strike 7 his eyes glued on the front gate. The man with all black clothes will be coming looking all tired. Jungkook never waits for his figure to land on the couch. He ran and jumped on him, hugging like a koala bear. And he knows Taehyung's all tiredness died at the very moment Jungkook hugs him. The night seems disturbing to Jungkook. Sitting in the Kim Mansion's theater hall he found everything rubbish. Again a horror movie playing on the screen. For God's sake he watched that damn movie and was scared to not watch it again. His fingers were gripping the blanket tightly which dropped over him and Taehyung. He couldn't hold the bubble up frustration inside him and pulled his head up to look at the man who was sitting still. Why do you keep picking horror? Jungkook whispered under his breath, squinting at the scene. A cute displeased pore decorated his ethereal face. This movies aren't that good. I like watching you flinch. Taehyung didn't look away from the screen. He knows Jungkook would pull out his puppy eyes stunned. And he is sure in this whole life he would never escape from this heavenly look. He would eventually give his life if Jungkook asked with his puppy eyes. And for now he is enjoying how much Jungkook is snuggling with him. How close Jungkook wants him. You look tempting like that. Jungkook rolled his eyes and threw popcorn at him. It bounced off Taehyung's shoulder. Taehyung finally turned to him with one brow raised. More than confronting it was looking flirting. You want to fight? Taehyung asked with a smirk. If real then a sensual smirk playing on his lips making Jungkook grinned. Only if you lose. Now say it tilde. Jungkook winked at him. Face holding his unique bunny smile melting Taehyung's heart. Do you want to lose? As you wish, my little doll. Taehyung said knowing very well how much this nickname brought redness in Jungkook's cheeks. Jungkook somehow got angry and stood up. But Taehyung held his hand but Jungkook poked out his tongue only to tease him. He ran but before he could Taehyung caught him. Then the mafia shows no mercy while tickling. Jungkook's loud laughing sound blessed the entire Hell Mansion. The worker smiles while listening to the loud giggling sound. Without even knowing Taehyung smiled at the boy under him. His hands stop without his acknowledgement, so does Jungkook's laugh. Both were staring at each other with intensity. The stare is like the only things that remain in this world after vanishing everything. You're my sovereign, Jungkook whispered slowly but the impact was brutal on Taehyung. Taehyung froze just for a second. Like something inside him cracked wide open. His body is stiff upward Jungkook. That name. It means something holy like worship laced in every syllable. Means he is the most important individual in Jungkook's life, he is holding the highest position in his affections and thoughts. Jungkook is giving him the name means he implicitly acknowledges his authority over his own feelings and happiness. He is an irreplaceable position in Jungkook's life. Such adoration for a person who is replaceable in everyone's life. Who never got an ounce of affection and his position was always on below. Such a name shouldn't deserve him yet the boy giving him the name. His entire body shakes over the slightest touch. Looking at the boy beneath him he found those doe eyes looking at his sharp one. Those eyes always look at him. Like he is reading every agony Taehyung hides inside. And he is scared to be seen. If something is hurting then let it out. Jungkook said with a tender voice and it cracked something more. He brushed his fingers on the chubby pink cheeks. Say it again. Taehyung demanded the assurance which made Jungkook smile. He knows Taehyung needs assurance and he is more ready to give every assurance Taehyung deserves. Say it, doll. You are my sovereign. Jungkook smiles at Taehyung. He pecks the nose breaking the last wall Taehyung has built. Taehyung couldn't help but lean to Jungkook and attach their lips. The sudden impact froze Jungkook's body but he somehow recovered himself and reacted to the kiss. Back to present. Jungkook comes back from the pleasant memories and goes towards Taehyung's direction. Taehyung's mouth was wide open looking at the gorgeous male in front of him. The gorgeous black suit is adorning his ethereal look. He looked like a goddess in everything, but black always enhanced his beauty a bit more. Taehyung couldn't believe his eyes. He gets the most beautiful person in this world. Let's go. I am ready, Jungkook said to Taehyung, who smiled a little. Jungkook can swear everything holy he can die just to watch the man in front of him smiling. But he never can share this man. The mafia belongs to him only. If someone is there to take away the man, then he would better kill them or kill himself. One thing he knows, Taehyung is willingly or unwillingly never going to accept anyone. But still he fears from Taehyung's father. You are looking beautiful. No beautiful word can't define your beauty. You are more than beautiful. More than the ethereal world ever could mean. Jungkook knows how much Taehyung loves to pamper him with his words. How much Taehyung tries to convey how beautiful he is. He doesn't know if he is this beautiful or not, but one thing is sure, in Taehyung's he is the most beautiful person living on this earth. Something called beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. And to the beholder's eyes, Jungkook is the prettiest person alive. Stop praising me this much, Jungkook said, but didn't try to hide his blush. This blush always sparks something inside Taehyung. Taehyung can't express how his veins work up whenever he witnesses this blush. Tilda, let's go, doll, he said in a low voice and headed towards the car. Jungkook took a last glance at his son before climbing the car. Taehyung was seated in the driver's seat while Jungkook was in the passenger seat. Taehyung couldn't help but take a glance at his doll, who was looking at him. Flashbacks. 1 month left after that blissful night. Taehyung finds new excuses just to make love with Jungkook. And Jungkook loves every bit of attention Taehyung gives him. But without that work pressure. Nowadays they rarely get time to spend in daytime. Jungkook is busy in his new office. Taehyung is busy in his office and underworld work. He will be the best mafia leader. Each passing day pressure is increasing from time to time. Jungkook is missing their time in the kitchen when he is cooking something, and Taehyung roams around like a warrior who is ready to attack on the stove or on the microphone. He is missing watching movies with Taehyung and eating with his hands. And Taehyung, then he is also missing their little time. He is missing the cute rambling. All the complaining against everything silly. The blushing face whenever Taehyung teases him. He missed the time when Jungkook became excited and sat on his lap like a little rabbit. Both were too busy, but at night they wrapped around each other, giving every bit of attention to each other. Either it's making love or having a long gossip about something irrelevant. Today something is different, Tilda. After a long time they both get some rest from the unpleasant business. Sunday morning is actually peaceful for both of them. No overtime work, just laying in each other's arms. This morning is something both crave. Jungkook is curled up on his side, barely covering his body, skin marked with the traces of the night before. Taehyung sat at the edge of the bed, silently watching the boy who is made of porcelain in his opinion. He reached out slowly, brushing the strands of hair from Jungkook's cheek. Caressing his thumbs over a place where a purple mark is visible. The younger one stirred up from his sleep, lips parting in a sleepy groan along with a whimper. Is it hurting, my doll? Taehyung asked with concern. His eyes held the concern. He couldn't control, and Jungkook is the reason. After a long time they get some peaceful time on the last day. They did some crazy things the whole day. Playing video games, sharing some embarrassing moments from their childhood. And from evening to early morning they made love. It's not like he wanted to wreck Jungkook like this. It's just the way Jungkook was asking for more and more, and he couldn't find the heart to say no. Yes, you were a beast last night, Jungkook said with a pout. As if he wasn't the one who was asking for more. He sniffed a little while Taehyung also looked at Jungkook with concern. I won't let me touch you for a whole month. You didn't even control yourself. You should have control of your special part. Yeah, of course, doll. Sovereign, more please. I want you more and more. Please don't stop. Why are you going slow? Please be faster. Rough, more rough. I am not a glass doll. Taehyung imitated with a straight face, and that was making Jungkook more embarrassed. He hid his face with a pout in his lips. I won't talk with you. Go away, he said with a fake sob when Taehyung couldn't help but left a sigh. He left for the bathroom and came back with warm towels, a glass of water, and a bottle of massage oil. He knelt on the bed beside Jungkook and uncapped the oil. The scent of sandalwood and something herbal filled the air. Jungkook inhaled the beautiful scent and filled his limbs to relax for a bit. Lie on your stomach. Jungkook was about to say something, but Taehyung cut him off. Don't protest, doll. You better listen to me. Lay beautifully as you did last night. Jungkook's cheeks turned bright red from the tease. But he did as the mafia instructed. Taehyung's large hands gently touched his lower back, spreading the oil. His fingers moved slowly, rubbing along the sore muscles. He tried harder just to ease the pain in Jungkook's muscles. Why didn't you tell me to slow down or stop? Instead you just keep encouraging me to go harder. Now look, you are the one who was the affected one here. Taehyung couldn't see his doll all affected. He was feeling heartache watching Jungkook in pain. He always makes sure Jungkook doesn't get hurt by any of his actions. And now here the beautiful younger is looking all tired and sick just because of him. His hands moved down to Jungkook's thighs, kneading gently, easing the ache he had caused. Jungkook let out a shaky breath, his body slowly melting under the touch. The ache is subsiding, in fact he is feeling relaxed by soothing scenes of the oil and massage on his aching body. Jungkook smirked, getting something new in his naughty mind. Because no matter how good it felt, he wasn't letting Kim Taehyung off that easily. Not after the way he teased him for the last night. Didn't know mafia bosses did body massages. Should I book you again for tomorrow night? Tilda, what is your night shift cost? I should know because I really like your massaging service. Taehyung didn't reply, knowing very well Jungkook's teasing nature. But Jungkook didn't miss the way his hands slowed just a little. His teasing is working. Eventually there was a hint of jealousy. You were so rough last night. But now look at you. Like a house husband taking care of his spoiled prince. Tilda, that's superb. Do it properly. Should I complain against you to your service center? I can shut you up again. Same way I did last night. Do you want that? Jungkook stops his teasing smile and pouts at Taehyung but smirks at the next moment. Something unholy crept in his heart. Last night vision came back in his mind. Is that a threat, or a promise? He said with a smile. More like teasing Taehyung. Taehyung leaned a bit closer, just hovering over Jungkook. It's a reminder, he said with his huskier voice. Later bite Jungkook's earlobe, making him shiver badly. Should we continue massage only? For such unacceptable jokes. He is really pregnant. 8 weeks. You can see the heartbeat also. If you are in a joking mood, then my gun is ready to work effortlessly. Taehyung warned and looked at Jungkook, who was crying by now. Jungkook knew he and Taehyung would never get the feeling of their biological child. But at this moment Jungkook felt something. Something which hurts him deeply. No, Mr. Kim. Okay, you guys didn't understand the situation. Let me explain. It's rare, but it's medically confirmed. Your condition and genetics match the rare class of male capable of conceiving. It's stable, trust me. And you guys can surely witness it by the screen monitor. But I will say wait a bit, then it will be shown more clearly. The doctor smiles at the couple, who are quiet till now. Jungkook's hand flew to his stomach, as if trying to feel something. Taehyung knelt down in front of Jungkook. Pressed his lips softly over the still flat belly. Mr. Kim, I am still here. So why are you still here? Go outside, Taehyung said without even looking at the doctor, who blinked twice before taking his exit. We are having a little one, Jungkook said excitedly, while Taehyung seemed to realize something. The smile on his face was wiped away by the realization. Jungkook noticed it and somehow he felt scared. What happened? I am happy we are having our own child. Like biological, but still, I mean. This baby will stay with us for some years in our bedroom. What if you breastfeed him? What will happen with me? Then he will cry at night and we have to pick him up. How can I hug you that time? Are you hugging me? This is messed up. I see, someone said he isn't jealous. Jungkook smirks at Taehyung, who is looking at him with puppy eyes. Who said that? Taehyung asked smoothly, as if he wasn't the one who said these words boldly. Eventually with a sensual voice. Someone called Kim Taehyung. Jungkook answered with a sigh while Taehyung pouted, but he determined his mind to decline it. He is jealous at this moment. Too jealous to witness this second-hand embarrassment. Back to present, they arrived at the private mountain villa. But as the sun dipped into the horizon, the world around them transformed. The entire mountain view was breathtakingly admirable. Thousands of fairy lights wrapped around pine trees. Soft flower petals lined the wooden path. Candles flickered gently inside glass lanterns. And at the end of it all, under a delicate arch made of ivory, silk and roses, Jungkook walked slowly with a racing heart. Taehyung disappeared from sight. He wasn't anywhere to be found. Jungkook stops and takes off his shoes before standing on those soft petals. He felt those soft petals against his skin. He took a few steps and found an open mailbox. An envelope lay there gently. He picked it up in his hands and opened it. There is something written by Taehyung. He knows Taehyung's writing too well. You are not just the person I love, Jungkook. You are the reason I know what love feels like. I existed before you but I never lived. With you I feel like what is called being alive. Breathing on this earth doesn't mean living. Thanks for making me understand it. Jungkook sobbed and again started walking. He found a rose along with the envelope. He tugged the rose behind his ear and opened the envelope. I don't know what kind of spell you cast on me, but even my bones ache for you when you're not around. Jungkook is the most miserable I have ever felt. What's worse, you know, finding peace in this all miseries. Jungkook kept the letter and again started walking. He found another envelope. Again a letter. You're the only person who makes me want to be soft in a world that taught me to be cruel. Sometimes I fear you'll leave me. But I promise even if you ever run, I will find you. My love won't let me stop. So don't run away from me. This isn't a warning. This is my sincere request. Again some steps and a new letter. They call me obsessed. Maybe I am, but I've never wanted anything in my life as much as I want to keep you safe and loved. You think you're ordinary, Jungkook. But to me, you're the miracle I prayed for in silence every night before I knew your name. You aren't ordinary, my life. The pattern is the same. Again some steps and again a new letter. The day I met you, something inside me shifted. I haven't been the same since. I don't want to be. If I could take your pain, your fears, your sleepless nights, I would carry them for you. Without question, without any pause. One lifetime isn't enough to love you. I'll keep finding you in every universe until I get it right. And finally he gets the glimpse of the man who is waiting for him kneeling in the large circle of fire. He comes inside the circle and stands in front of Taehyung, who is looking at him with a smile that was only known by Jungkook. I didn't plan a grand proposal. I didn't know how to put the right things in words. I just felt something and wrote them but never dared to share with you. But I thought to share now. I hope you don't mind my inabilities. I researched the whole 7 months for this proposal, then prepared everything. I don't know if it's good or bad, but I tried. Taehyung coughs a little before completing his full words. Marry me, Jungkook. Claim is yours only, he completed with a racing heart. He is nervous about the answer even after having a baby together. Jungkook is all silent. His quietness makes things more complicated for Taehyung. You don't even have to ask, it's always yes. Always you and me. Jungkook's excitement was drained by Taehyung. Ooh, then I shouldn't ask about it. I am really sorry about that. But don't reject the proposal for asking like this. Taehyung said in a sad voice while Jungkook glared at him. Did you take an oath to ruin all my special moments? I said no need to ask because you know the answer will be yes. Now why are you waiting? Should I send you an invitation to wear the ring? Taehyung shook his head urgently. Gosh, he would never ever want this. He shoved the ring inside Jungkook's ring finger, but there was already a ring, so he shoved the ring in middle finger. Later look at Jungkook with a smile. This design. Jungkook looked at the design. It's exactly what Jungkook wanted. Not just that. Jungkook's mother was a famous jewelry designer. She made this design before death and Jungkook kept it safe. He shares this with Taehyung and Taehyung actually brings that design to life. Jungkook too shoved Taehyung's ring in his finger with a gentle smile. The couple's ring made by his mother now looking stunning at their hands. I give them to Mr. Jordan, one of your mother's friends, and he took 3 months off. I thought this would be the perfect ring for our wedding. That's why I didn't officially ask you. I am sorry. Taehyung apologized wholeheartedly. Eventually he bowed in front of Jungkook while Jungkook cupped his cheeks and attached their lips together. They spend some best moments but have to return for Taekook. Nannies will definitely care, but they can't stay without their little precious baby. They were returning while talking and smiling at some conversation. It's mostly Jungkook teasing Taehyung and Taehyung enjoying his doll's giggling sound. The night is beautiful, but beautiful things shatter in a worse way. Taehyung felt a sudden speeding truck approaching them. He tried to side with it, but in an instant their car crashed heavily into the truck. Taehyung somehow takes off his seatbelt and covers Jungkook so he doesn't get hurt. Their car banged on the tree with a sudden force. The truck driver came out and picked his phone, later dialed a number. In OTP. Is the work done? Truck driver. Both will meet you at hell. Money will be transferred to your account.